Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned, React Series, Episode 16. We're going to be looking at forms. So any React component that renders a form also controls what happens in the form on subsequent user input. And any input form whose value is controlled by React is called a controlled component. That is from the React documentation. So if you ever hear what a controlled component is, now you know. So let's take a look at what we got going on. We have three different forms, name, essay, and flavor form, in their own files here, and very simple. This is directly from the React documentation, so let's just kind of walk through what's going on. The first one here, you'll see we have a couple of handle change and handle submit, as you've seen previously in the last episode when we looked at user handling user input. And you can come down here and you can see the form. We have the submit handler on the form on submit. We have the submit button, and then we have this input here that has a value that is from state and handled via the change. Within the handle change here, we use this.setState as previously discussed in the state episode, and you can see the value is initially set to nothing. So if we go ahead and refresh our screen here, we see nothing. That's a name. So you can see the name and then the input here, and we could type in here just as we usually would. And then finally, when we have the submit, we have an alert that displays a name was submitted with the this.state.value, and we prevent the default from happening. So that is exactly like you would expect here, and it's very, very simple. Let's go ahead and look at the essay form for text areas. This is very similar to the last one. In fact, nearly identical, except we have a value for this already given. So you can see that value is here as a placeholder within the text area. Additionally, the React text area uses value, and instead of doing that, normally in a text area you'd have something like text area please write ... And so that's what it would normally look like. And so the React way is a little more concise, a little more clear, and it's pretty nice. So same kind of thing, we can write something in here, and there you go. Finally, we have the selector with select and then the options, and we have a value here, and as you can see, we're already set to Mango. We're not set to an unknown value, and the reason of this is this has select value equals this.state.value, rather than having option with one of these already being selected. This makes it a lot nicer for any kind of logic, because you don't have to put the option logic on each of these like you would in traditional HTML. You can just throw it on the select, and this will say what the already selected value is. Other than that, the form submit, the handle, the on change, everything else is identical. So it's pretty nice, and we can also go ahead and change any of these, and you get the exact same thing that you would always expect. So that's how you can begin to deal with forms, and that's it for this episode. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe and sign up for our newsletter. Thank you.